Bro, the High Roy soundtrack for Wuthering Waves. That's what we're listening to right now. And it is so good, dude. I just love Star Torch Academy. So, I should play more Wuthering Waves music. I think Genshin Impact music hits, but also Wuthering Waves. They both have really good soundtracks. So today was kind of like a spur of the moment stream. Like I said, I've been so inconsistent. I've just been changing my game plan where I just stream whenever I can. It will be at random times, but my main goal is to like get back into YouTube, which I have an announcement. We will be posting JoJo Lands. We haven't given up on JoJo Lands. Indomitable and I are working hard, which Indomitable I will start to refer to as Indy. So Indy and I are working on something, and we will be caught up to JoJo Lands, the manga, in our next video. So that's super exciting. And it comes at a good time because apparently Steel Ball Run is not being, like, the first part's not being done until late 2026, which I don't know why they decided to drop episode 1 and then just not have a release date for several weeks on, like, you know, when the next drop would be for JoJo Land or for Steel Ball Run, which is kind of baffling to me. But apparently it was really good. Like, and this is all like on Netflix's thing. It's not on David Productions at all. It's the way Netflix decides to release these episodes, which is weird. It's really, really weird. Man, I'm waiting for this to boot up. How's everyone been, by the way? I hope everyone's been good. I've been sort of busy because I went to MegaCon. I made a whole video about that. But from that point on, it's been actually nonstop for me, for work, for a lot of things happening in my personal life. All good things, by the way. Like, I feel like I am in a very great place in my life right now. And all I want to do is just continue doing what I'm doing because it's working out, you know? Even streaming to a certain extent is working out. Like, I get to stream and I don't really have that many like complaints about streaming because I'm just vibing, you know? I multi-stream. The only thing I think I wish I could do more of and better is like make shorts and like do some skits in the future, which I'm gonna work on, maybe doing a couple. Maybe spoiler for the future. Maybe doing some skits for shorts. Just something like that. Just, I don't know, being more of a stand-up comedian. Just something, you know, to separate myself from just the endless slop, especially with AI slop like blowing up all over the place. You know, at least I'm not doing AI. I'm not doing AI edits. I'm not doing AI scripts. This is all genuinely me because I am very human and I believe in the human experience, especially when it comes to artistry. I think everyone is capable of being an artist. It just takes a certain amount of time, effort, and definitely talent. But talent is something that you can also be born with. It's just a given talent to you. But it's also, talent can also be something that, you know, you hone, that you work hard towards. And it's something that's obtainable, but maybe harder than someone who's naturally gifted. You know what I mean? There are pros and cons to that, but dang. I didn't realize how big of an update this was going to be. Apparently they dropped a new character. I did skip Skirk's banner. So that's good, at least. I get to skip Skirk's banner. Even though I do have Skirk and her weapon, and that would have been awesome to get her to C6. I'm saving up for the big fish. And I already have a lot of time and spending a lot of materials and more just trying to level up. Uh-oh. Till 11. Till 11? I hate server maintenance. Oh man, this sucks, man. Okay. We're playing some Wuthering Waves music because, hey, if Genshin Impact is down, there's always an alternative. Oh, I can't believe Genshin is down for server maintenance. I thought the update already happened. I guess not. Maybe for US territories? I don't know. Oh, I have to retype everything in. That's so unfortunate. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Oh, bruh. It's making me download stuff. All right. In the meanwhile, let's do this.
There are certain subjects
Let's watch a Moist Critical video.
Covering. There are just a handful of topics that always wiggle their way underneath my skin and grease my cheeks, and I can't fight the urge to yap about them, like a dog chasing a mailman just going around barking at it. And one of them, one of the biggest, is people using Christianity as a means to exploit and abuse.
Which I mean, here's the thing. I am Catholic. That is my upbringing. And I am actually very fortunate that I'm in a very much chill Catholic church, which doesn't really have as major controversies as some of the others out there, especially in the like Midwestern states, because I'm from California originally. And so when I grew up in my Catholic church, it was a lot more, I guess, what's a good way of putting it? It was a lot more with the times. And it was very much like there may have been problems internationally, but I didn't have any problems at my local church. So I still have a good amount of faith, but I agree with Charlie here. There are some people who take it, especially with religion, they use it as like a way to further themselves, whether it's to scam people in the name of God, which I think is just awful. But yeah,
corrupt pastors that are using
corrupt pastors
as a tool for their own self-gain and self-interest. I find it to be
which I will say, that's the one thing. So I love shows that there's one, it's the Faraway Paladin. It's one of my favorite fantasy shows because it's about the story about this boy who becomes sort of this even though there's these gods in this world, it's not a singular god, it's basically a mythology, it's fantasy. What he tries to do is he tries to build this legacy for his goddess that he worships, and to spread the news, spread the gospel of his goddess. And what I did like about it is some people were hating on the church and saying how awful and mean the head guy was, but it turns out the head guy was actually like kind of like a no nonsense kind of person, where he would just say it as it is, but he wasn't corrupt, he wasn't evil, he was just very rash and came across as very displeasing, nails on a chalkboard, you know. So you learn that, and he's like, yeah, I'm fine with being hated if it means like the second guy, my second in command, is beloved, and we make sure that people are falling in love with the religion and following it to a principle. So I love Faraway Paladin. I think it's very nuanced with its approach to religion, because you have a lot of other fantasy shows. Not to say that Faraway Paladin is completely accurate with the state of the church, the churches in the US, or religion in general, because I feel like there's also the side of the church is corrupt. The church is against the people. You know, it's all about money, gaining power and influence. You know, I feel like two things can be true at once. And yeah, I had a whole conversation about this where I think media that depicts churches as evil and downright just, you know, should not exist because they're always going to be corrupt, I feel like is incorrect. But then media that also demonstrates them being good and perfect, like in, this is more not in fantasy per se, this is more in like religious films and such, I feel like is also kind of inaccurate. You got to like take a grain of salt on both sides, you know.
Pale, evil, and unforgivable. So
but here, this is an example of one of the bad examples, you know,
covering these instances. And just a couple days ago, I made that video going over Robert Morris. This demon was the former spiritual advisor to Donald.
Okay, but like it's a okay, I know you guys can't really see the screen. Let me lower my thing. This guy's the founder of like a mega church in Texas. And so here's my thing. This is how I like to view the world, right? If you're in California, you have, it's a Democrat state, right? It's blue, right? Texas is red. And so my viewpoint when it comes, I'm not really a political person, but I do notice a lot of things. It doesn't matter what color you are or what side you're on. Whatever side has power, there's bound to be corruption. For Texas here, and this is just like an example, for Texas here with the mega church, I'm like, yeah, because it's a red state, and you know how, you know, red states means they're more religious, they're more about, you know, kind of country. You know, someone made a demographic that was like, you know, country music, think, you know, cowboy hats, guns, Second Amendment, Republican, that's Texas, right? So does it surprise me that in Texas, the corruption is with the churches, because that's who holds the most power here. It's the religious institutions. So
Trump. He was also a Texas megachurch turbo pastor who recently pled guilty to molesting a 12-year-old girl numerous times, and he only got 6 months in jail.
Yeah, and that's awful. That is heartbreaking to hear. Yeah, I still think like here the whole argument with the death penalty, and this is like a whole argument with, I think this is like where it gets a little interesting, where people are like, yeah, we should not kill, thou shalt not kill, that is something that is very much baked into the religion. But then you have instances like this where it's like, what is the penalty? And the reason why crimes, some like heinous crimes keep happening is because there is no punishment. There is no, or the punishment is light, you know, where you just get thrown onto a registry and that's it. You know, there should be like legitimately considerations for death penalty when it comes to crimes like that, in my opinion. Like, I feel like, should we do death penalty for, you know, marijuana charges or speeding charge? No, absolutely not. But I feel like there are some crimes that are unforgivable that we should be like, you know, as a society coming together and being like, hey, let's put in these rules. And if we start harping on these crimes that are very heinous with some harsh penalties, including the death penalty, let's see what happens, you know? Let's see what happens to the number of people who want to commit that, you know? Like mess around and find out.
Now out of jail and will be serving the next 9.5 years on probation in his luxury property. Now maybe you can call me short and ugly, but I gotta tell you, I'll be honest with you sports fans, that doesn't sound like justice to me. That doesn't sound...
Yeah, no, and Charlie's right. It's not. And this is like also a big issue is people in power. And I'm not talking about people with influence that, you know, like influencers, for example, that are like, oh, I'm evading the law. And, you know, they get caught eventually and they're like, oh, like, look at me. Like, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about people who literally will not get serious charges placed upon them, you know, like this example, because of their influence, their money. If they're able to bail themselves out, they could probably pay for bribes with the judge or the jury, sometimes all of it, you know. There are just so many factors that come into play that even like they'll use their religion as an excuse to be like, oh, I asked God for forgiveness, so he forgives me, therefore I should not be charged. You know, it's just kind of like that mentality where I'm just like, yeah, no, that's kind of messed up.
Like punishment that fits the crime of molesting a 12-year-old girl numerous times. I feel like that should have been life in prison, but he got 6 months.
And I'm also not opposed to life in prison. I think life in prison is very, very suitable for a crime like this. Yeah, like I'm not. Here's my stance. I'm not against the death penalty. I just feel like the way we do the death penalty should have a lot of barriers so that it only accounts for people who are guilty, and this is only guilty of a serious crime, should face that penalty. And then also here, we also have the instance of like where this, you know, this poor victim from this pastor, you know, maybe life in prison at the minimum, you know.
I already blabbered about
should not be part of society,
and I'm not here to just do it again. I wanted to do something a little different because Robert Morris was Trump's former spiritual advisor. I want to show you his current spiritual advisor because I truly think this administration is normalizing the epidemic of fake Christians that are just using the faith as a tool for their own enrichment.
Yeah, and I said that before, is like, it sucks. And here's the weird part for me. I do not understand, and I'm not blaming them because sometimes people have different upbringings, people have different philosophies. Some people will come and say, I forgive them. They prayed for God. I felt like they really meant it. I forgive them. I don't get that. Because it's like, if they really wanted forgiveness, they would turn themselves in and ask God forgiveness after, you know? I don't get why some religious people don't call out these like uber spiritual, like not to say that there aren't any, like for example, I'm calling them out. But to say that like only, I just wish there were a lot more people who would like stand up and just be like, yeah, no, I'm not standing for this. You know what I mean? Because like the amount of like fake prophets, and we've had like, you know, the whole story of Moses, right? Where, and this is like the heartbreaking thing for me, if you follow Bible studies or at least know, you know, or watched, you know, and know about Moses' story, like the animated film, right? Where he freed the slaves, like, let my people go home, right? The thing with Moses' story is like, even when he does that and helps them, And he's not being a prophet. He's just saying he's a messenger. And he's using like actual proof of like God's intervention to send a message. He's not the one telling people what to do. He's saying, hey, he's warning them, you know, sending warnings, because he's the person who is bringing about he's the one who's bringing about change within the modern era. So what was I gonna say too? Yeah, The Prince of Egypt. I forgot the name of it. The Prince of Egypt. Yeah, amazing film. What I will say too about this is, with The Prince of Egypt, I don't know why I blanked on the name. It's weird. It did happen at a certain point where they started worshiping like a bull, a golden bull, even though God was the one who saved them, which is so funny to me. Because even back then, even with proof, like legitimate proof that God exists and God is helping Moses free the slaves and letting the people go home, the Hebrew people, despite all of that, they still worship another like deity, and basically disrespect God when Moses leaves them to go get the 10 Commandments, you know? So I think it's really funny to me is, despite the story of like false prophets, anyone who says that they're a vessel for God, but then they're telling you to do direct things, I just don't get how you can follow along with that. Like, you need to donate money to go to heaven. Like, that's like scammy. Like, those are the common scams in like what, before like the internet. Like, that's what churches would do. Even like back in medieval times, where it's like, you know, you may have murdered all these people, but if you donate a hefty sum to the church, we'll let you go straight to heaven. You know, it's just kind of like that mentality, right? Where it's like, we'll forgive you of your sins if you donate enough, right? I feel like some pastors, like these scam artists, do that all the time, where it's like, hey, you know, donate money to us and we'll let you go to heaven, or, you know, donate money to me, or vote the way I do, or you know, act a certain way against like take certain actions the way I'm telling you to, and you are following God's way. And I'm just like, I feel like God is a little bit more, you have to have a lot more intuition when it comes to religion, because God is more something that you have to discover for yourself. Like, yes, you go to church, you follow the stories, but it's something that you have to form a meaningful connection with, as opposed to someone telling you what the connection is. I think that's what my point is.
It is full blown.
Which, I mean, it's sheep, right? You want to be a shepherd to help lead the sheep. You don't want to be a sheep, you know, being told what to do from someone you don't recognize.
Fucking full frontal, dangling right in your face, obvious blasphemy. It's not subtle, it's unapologetic. I mean, Jiminy Christmas, Trump was hawking and is still actively hawking Trump Bibles. Expensive Bibles for like 60 clicks.
Yeah, and like, there's a whole thing about gold in the Bible and how, like, you know, it's used to worship false prophets, you know. It's not great.
Trump's name on them and numerous variants of it. They range in price from $60 up to $1,000, and also a little fun tiddlywink of lore here. They're printed in China. So they're made for less than $3 per Bible, yet he jacks the price up to $60 for the lowest plebeian edition of his Bible. But it goes all the way up to $1,000 for the one that has Trump's signature on the inside cover. Like, I just don't know how that's defensible from any real Christians. That is just completely unacceptable.
Yeah, and like that's my point too. Like, I'm with Charlie here, where it's just like, I wish a lot more would speak up about this, to be like, guys, this is like legitimately false prophets, instead of like saying like, well, if you attack religion, one religious figure, you're attacking the whole religion. And I'm like, no, I feel like we should be at a point where like people who are actually religious should be like, the most upset about false prophets and such, because it's like, guys, you're making our religion look bad. You know, we should hold them accountable for things that happen, because people who are atheists or people who are agnostic or people who are even curious about joining your religion, whether it's Catholicism or Christianity and whatnot, they may not want to join after hearing about all these things and how people just idly sit by and let these things roll. You know what I mean?
Acceptable. These frauds worship Trump more than God. It's like textbook idolatry with the way they talk about and discuss Trump. Like Nicki Minaj is a great example. She's a wonderful case study for this. She spent a significant amount of time squatting on top of the orb of confusion and debasing herself publicly, slurping for this administration, and eventually got in their good graces and received a Donald Trump signed Holy Bible, calling it one of the most meaningful gifts she's ever received. Which is ridiculous, because Nicki Minaj has been very vocal about her faith in recent time. And I feel like anyone who is legitimately very proud of their faith as a Christian would receive a gift like that and be disgusted. There are some Bibles that get signed by like a pastor or someone who is genuinely in the faith and an active community member in Christianity in the local churches. That is something that I am very familiar with. That was something that I had seen when I was going to church, but they weren't sold. They were given to members of the congregation, and it was always just like, enjoy your Bible, or like, I hope I hope this resonates.
Yeah, that's I mean, let's be honest here, right? What does pastors have to gain from signing a Bible and giving it to the congregation, as opposed to Trump like pricing it? Like, it's all for self-gain. And like any pastor that's like a scam artist, right, from like these mega churches and such, where they'll go in and say like, hey, and this is not all, I'm not generalizing, I'm just saying the bad apples in there, we're calling them out here. I just don't get why people just sit idly by. Well, you know, you can clearly say that this is done to, I mean, if the Bibles are priced like, okay, $10 and say it's $5 for materials, but then the money goes into the church, yeah, that's one thing. But if it's for profit, and like churches are known to be like sort of under the classification as non-profit, you know, non-profit organizations, well, what the heck, man? What the heck?
With you and then signed by the pastor. This is Donald Trump planting his fucking name on top of the Holy Bible, literally going through the word Bible with his signature, making it seem as though he's the most important part of this gift, not the Bible itself. And yet Nicki Minaj is like, oh my god, it's amazing. Nicki Minaj, by the way, whose husband is a registered sex offender, and her older brother is in the slammer serving 25 to life for sexually assaulting an 11-year-old child. Now, I'm not here just to talk about the Trump Bible. Like I said, I want to focus on his current spiritual advisor.
Yeah, and that's not great. Yeah, when you dig into people's history, yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Paula White, because I think she is the perfect example of this phenomenon and is serving to normalize this practice.
Wherever I go, God rules. When I walk on White House grounds, God walks on White House grounds. I had every right and authority to declare the White House as holy ground because I was standing there, and where I stand is holy.
To say no to President Trump would be saying no to God. And I won't do that.
This is a montage that kind of blew up a few months ago.
That's crazy. Again, the false prophet thing. But like, she's a spiritual leader, and she's like saying someone is immune to criticism and such, you know. That's not cool.
A lot of people have seen this, and it shows some of Paula White Kane's more recent highlights about how she can declare the White House as holy ground because she walked there and God walks with her. And also, she proudly proclaims that saying no to Trump would be like saying no to God, and she's never gonna do that. I had the longer section saved, but now that video's taken down, so I can't show you the whole context of that statement, but from what I recall, she was talking about how Trump has basically been chosen by God, so when Trump asked her, you know, to come aboard, saying no to Trump in that position would have been like saying no to God, which she refuses to do. That is an outrageous thing to say. That is genuinely, by all possible definitions and interpretations, blasphemous. To say
Yeah, and yeah, again, it's like the whole false prophet thing is like we're literally taught. This is like the basics of at least the religion, where it's like you're told not to worship false prophets. You are told like that there's only one God. Like that we literally say it on the dollar bill, like even the Pledge of Allegiance, right? Under God. Like we always talk about religion in such a weird way sometimes, where we use it to weaponize political points, when religion for the most part is more akin to philosophy than politics. Because politics, and this is like where I think there's a little bit of discrepancy between politics and religion and political religion. Because political religion is telling you, hey, you got to vote this way because God says so. Or because I'm a follower of God, you need to vote this way. And what religion is actually trying to say, for the most part, is, well, I'm going to help guide you to making the right decisions, but that is up to you. You are the one to come to your own conclusion to make the most informed decisions. And for anyone to say, no, that's not how it is, you have to hear and listen exactly to what I say and what I tell you, that is not what religion is. That's what political religion is, you know?
That kind of statement about saying no to a man is like saying no to God, you are putting that person on this pedestal that they are equal to God. That is like a big no-no in the faith. It's fucking...
Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, yeah, Charlie's not wrong here.
Unhinged. And yet, nobody calls her out on that in the administration. All of these supposed Christians have no problem with her saying things like that and acting this way.
Well, okay, and then here's the thing with the one thing I will say to push back against Charlie. It's not all of them. These are just the evangelicals. These are like the super nationalist, like cult. Like, I don't like calling religion a cult because it's really not, because it is so big. Are there areas like small pockets within religion as a whole that are cults? Absolutely. Are there extremism? Is there extremism within the religion? Absolutely. With any ideology, there's going to be extremism, even if that ideology is religion, you know? But like, I still think there are a good, like, I do see a good portion, maybe it's just historical, but I do see a good portion of people that I know that are religious that will push back on this, or they just won't say anything. They won't just, it's hard to explain, but they're not ones to discourage or blatantly deny what's being said, but they also aren't one to encourage it or prop it up. They just want us to kind of stay neutral, for the reasons I've said before, which is like they just don't want to make the religion look bad, but they also make the religion look bad when they let these things happen, you know? So
baffling. Well, it's actually not baffling when you stop to realize that none of them actually care about Christianity. They are using it. To them, it is nothing more than a tool to be utilized to get people latched onto their bosom. Because if they can convince people that what they're doing is righteous and chosen by God, then people would be afraid to go against it, thinking that they have to fall in line, otherwise they've deviated from the path of the Lord. That's their whole tactic. That is the playbook that they're using.
Yeah.
It is sickening. And it's working for them. It's working extremely well for them. Like just yesterday, Paula White had this to say about President Trump and his experience and how similar it is to our Lord and Savior.
But the truth of it is you are here because of God and because of you. And I just wanted to share this thought and then pray over President Trump. Jesus taught us so many lessons through his death, burial, and resurrection. He showed us great leadership, great transformation requires great sacrifice. And Mr. President, no one has paid the price like you have paid the price. It almost cost you your life. You were betrayed.
Yeah, and here's also one thing I will say too. The big thing I've also seen, and this is something that I think a lot of people aren't going to pick up too. I also do see a lot, and this is also the hard part too, with a lot of religious talks and stuff. Religion to me is more propped up by Republicans, just hands down. Like, and this isn't a lie. This is a fact. Everyone knows this. Religion is more propped up by Republicans and the Republican Party, hands down, for sure. Like, the Democrats don't really have a stance on religion the same way that Republicans do. Not to say that religious people cannot be Democrats, or there aren't Democrats that are religious. There absolutely are. Like, look at Obama, right? But that's something that's so interesting to me, is just like, maybe it's because Democrats are more inclusive about other religions that they're fearful of having a certain stance on religion, like Catholicism and Christianity. But I also see a lot of atheists, and sometimes the rhetoric, I get their rhetoric against Republicans and some of the crazy things that these extremists in like these evangelical communities have. You know, well, they'll say crazy things like "I am God," like what Charlie's covering here. You know what I mean? Like that's always gonna exist, and we should call them out for that. But sometimes these atheists will come in and absolutely just tear apart Catholicism and Christianity to pretend like there's nothing good about it, like it is pure evil, and all the world's problems stem from religion. And if we get rid of religion, everything would be better. And I also don't necessarily agree with that either. And I don't think that's a very healthy thing, because I think that's just extremism on to the other side. Like, you went too far the other way. Like, just because you're not a evangelical nationalist, doesn't mean that you are also free from criticism. And I think it's also this hatred that led to the attempt on his life during that one rally, which I think really changed the whole race. And I also think it was also a product of just extremism boiling online, just across the board. So it's just something interesting to note, where I think extremism, regardless of which side it is, will always breed more chaos. And if we look at history, the reason why we've gone down this path, I would argue, is because of extremism on both sides. Like, the extremism that happened during that rally had led him, in my opinion, to win the presidency. But now we have extremism on his side for the religion, and all these evangelicals, they're now pushing all these scams. And now you're seeing all these problems right now in the Middle East and all these horrible things. And it's like, well, how did we get to this point? I'd like to argue it's just extremism on both sides leading up to this point,
And arrested and falsely accused. It's a familiar pattern that our Lord and Savior showed us. But it didn't end there for him, and it didn't end there for you. God always had a plan. On the third day, he rose, he defeated evil, he conquered death, hell, and the grave. And because he rose, we all know that we can rise. And sir, because of his resurrection...
I also feel like it's a weird thing too. I have to mention this too. It's like, I'm not really defending this too. I'm like with Charlie here. I'm against this kind of rhetoric. But I do find it interesting that extremism leads to more extremism just on the other side. And it's just this weird ping-ponging effect where everyone caught in between that just gets demolished in like horrible, horrible ways. Like the average Joe, like anyone who is religious, even atheists, like everyone's impacted. Religious people, atheists, philosophical people, like everything under the sun. So
rose up because
I think I get Charlie's point though. Ooh, okay. I kind of don't want to keep watching because I feel like we're getting into a weird place and I keep repeating myself. But my point, okay, but my point is that as someone who likes to pride himself on being a religious person, like I do have a background in Catholicism and I still follow it to a certain extent. Maybe not to the same degree of going to church every day because I don't have time for it. I've been working like crazy and there's just been a lot on my plate. I still feel like I am a believer, and I think as someone who truly believes in his religion, I think Charlie's right to mention that we should be calling out this kind of behavior with these false prophets and these scam artists and President Trump for a lot of things, especially when it comes to religion. Because let's be honest, we all know he's not a religious person. He's just using it to further his means. Like the fact that he's selling the Bibles, like Charlie was saying, that cost less than $3 for such an exorbitant price is all for profits. You know, he's a business person first and a religious person last. Come on, Wuthering Waves, please load. But yeah, my whole philosophy though is also like there is so many things going on in the world at all times. And this is even like before even Trump won. This was during Joe Biden. This is when Trump, the first term, this is with Obama, where I've seen so many things come and go, where my whole philosophy is there's only so much we can do. And yes, we can doom and gloom. Yes, we can try and, you know, rightfully protest, right? We have the freedom to protest wherever we want. I think that's one of the best things in our country, especially like the No King stuff, like, and BLM and stuff. Like, that's all, in my opinion, good to exercise your freedom of speech, right? Granted, as long as you're peaceful. But all these, for the most part, all these demonstrations have been peaceful. But my whole thing is we should be pushing for a better society, but also building a better society also starts with the individual. And so just being a good person, you're already doing a lot, and changing a lot. And I feel like sometimes we forget that individualistic contribution that a lot of people have, especially nowadays. So anyways, enough yapping about religion, and I got very political there for some reason. I don't know why. I usually don't talk about politics, but I mean, Charlie's actually been getting a lot more political, and I actually do respect him because he's saying a lot of things where I feel like some smaller streamers may watch what they say. I appreciate Charlie for like kind of stepping up and being sort of a bigger person about that, you know? Like big Charlie dub. I feel like that's also why I do appreciate Charlie a lot, because he's very authentic. You know what I mean? He's always stays the same regardless of where he is and who's around him, you know? Okay, let's go to Wuthering Waves now. I also think it's ironic we talk about politics and I'm talking while I have this One Piece flag behind me. It's beautiful, isn't it? All right, let's get some journey points. I haven't played this in a minute, so I think there's been a couple story updates. Let's do this. Convene. Yes, there's this new girl. I know him. So there's been a couple updates. Events. Reprise journey. Yeah, I haven't played Wuwa in a hot minute, so I'm like a little bit behind here. I've been grinding more Genshin Impact, that's why. Someone asked why I haven't been playing Genshin Impact. It's because I've been just insane lately. Chingli. Who should I get? Camellia? Maybe? All right, let's see. New journey awaits. Laha Roy. Okay. I do have a lot more that I need to complete then.
The hunt ends here.
Oh yeah, I forgot I got her. That was like one of my favorite pulls. Gabriella? Oh, sorry. Why is it Gabriella? Galbrenna.
Gets the bullet. That's your call.
Yeah, Galbrenna is pretty cool. False Sovereign. Okay, what did I want to do? Did I want to level her up? I think I did.
Who gets the bullet? That's your call.
Auto supplement. Yeah, let's ascend so we get Galbrenna up. Linnea's good. I think I'm good with Linnea. Unless I can ascend Linnea. I mean, I guess I could. Hyvatia.
I will be there.
Got a long.
I will be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future.
The power to split.
I will be there.
Okay, so I could do Linnea. Let's get Galbrenna up, shall we? I think that's going to be a good strat.
That's your call.
False Sovereign. Fast travel.
Gift wrapped prey.
Oh, oh, oh! Okay, I want to actually try something. I think my thing's a little laggy. Oh yeah, let's claim all these. Oh my goodness! You see, it's 820. That's crazy. Asteroids. I kind of want to go to settings. Image display mode. Shadow quality high, special effects quality. Motion blur medium. Recommended settings applied. I don't know, I just want to find a way where I could like lower the graphics so it flow smoother. Balanced. Performance. Oh, perfect. Okay, graphics quality. Balanced, it's laggy. Smooth. Ultra performance. Ultra performance. Performance. Let's do performance. Apply. Oh, okay. Let's leave it at performance then. Let's see how that does. Okay, that looks much better. Come on, Linnea. Okay, okay. It looks much better.
I'm just getting started.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
I'm not done fighting yet.
The end has come.
I feel like we could do even better. Let's go settings again. Let's go graphics. Let's do ultra performance.
Break.
You can't escape me.
we did it. Nice. Let's absorb this guy. I feel like we could buff up the settings again. Let's go back. Let's go graphics. Let's go performance. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I think I'm fine with this. Okay. Got extras. For Gelbrenna. Maybe one more time.
Gets the bullet. That's your call.
Probably get some health. Oh no. Item cooling down. I forgot how Wool works.
Don't blink. You'll miss the best.
Yeah, I think this is flowing much smoother for gameplay. And Linnea's down again. Rip. No! I should have recovered my health. Oh, GG. It's so over. Okay, we're back. We're back.
Gift wrapped prey. Behave now. Lock on. Take it up.
Hopefully this helps.
Rise from hellfire.
Sounds come forth.
Check this out. I'm just getting started. Tie a bow and call that my signature. Mind if I fail here? Gotcha. I'll show you.
Galbrenna for the win. We got this. We got this.
Hopefully this helps.
Can't escape me.
Oh! Yeah, I just need to level up Galbrenna because she's going down way too quick. But that's to be expected because she's level 70, which is why we're leveling her up now.
The hour is upon us. Hopefully this helps.
Take it up. Name your color. Go over here.
Got him. Nice. And that should do it.
Long bucket list.
Ascend.
Who gets
Tacit
the bullet?
discords.
That's your call.
Proceed. We're gonna find these guys. Let's take them out. We're gonna take them out. Murmurs Town.
I heard something. That's all you got.
Oh, oh, oh. Come on.
I'm just getting started. Need a ride? Gotcha. Bang. Behave now. Bathe in flames.
Oh, this is easy.
You. Drive safe. Huh? I heard something. Don't blink. You'll miss the best part. Speak of the devil. Ah. More bullets. Behave now. Fight fire with fire. Just a scratch. bucket list.
Who gets the bullet?
Purification. Oh no, I don't have enough. All right. Come on, we gotta find more. We gotta find more. So we can level up.
You haven't seen tie a bow and call that my signature.
Lene is also one of the most interesting characters they introduced in game. Oh, rip. Come on, finish him off.
End has come. Hopefully this helps.
I'll show you. Behave now. Lock on. Bang.
Okay, we got it.
Who gets the bullet?
This should be enough now, right? Oh, I need one more.
Live to hunt. Live to hunt. Behave now.
Future weakness. Hopefully this helps. Moment of resonance.
Oh, rip.
Just a scratch.
Dang. They took us out fast. Come on, I really need to level up Galbrina now.
Live to hunt. Gift wrap prey. Behave now.
Shake it up.
Hopefully this helps. Keep it together.
Oh my gosh, he one-shot me. Wait. That's probably why.
And call that my signature. I'm just getting started. Go over here. Watch the corner.
Swift and resolute. Hopefully this helps.
Behave now.
I'll call the shots. Shake it up.
The hour is upon us.
Oh, we got this guy. We got this guy. Nice. Now take out this guy. Oh, rip Galbrina.
No, look. Mind if I fail here?
Got him. Haha. Much better.
Got a long bucket list.
Hopefully that did the trick.
Who gets the bullet? That's your.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? That didn't count? We just beat these guys and they didn't count? Okay. Oh, I have to go beat this guy over here. Okay. It's fast travel. There we go. Healing complete. Flight. I forgot I could fly.
Tie a bow and call that my signature. Behave now.
Hopefully this helps. Moment of resonance.
Rise from hellfire. Try my trigger. Enter hell's gate. Ha, behave now. More bullets for you.
Swift and resolute. Strike the shadows. The hour is upon us.
Speak of the devil.
Don't blink.
This is a tough boss fight.
No hesitation.
Oh, rip. He totally got me there.
Sound and comfort. Hopefully this helps.
That did the trick. Good. Nice.
I will be there for everyone.
Got a long bucket list.
Who gets the bullet? That's your call.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious? How much did it take to level up Galbrenna? Seriously? I'd be like a bunch of enemies and they're like, you need more. There you are. Oh, it's because he's level 79. That's why. Yeah. Yeah. Two of my characters are lower level.
End has come.
Special delivery. Go, go.
Hopefully this helps. Moment of resonance.
Drive safe. That's all you got. Woo. Now look.
Speak of the devil. I've come to send you to your grave.
Drive safe.
Oh, did we get him? Oh, nice. We got him.
Got a long bucket list.
Haha.
Who gets the
I know we have
bullet?
enough now.
That's your call.
Ascend.
Who gets the bullet? That's your call.
7. There we go. You're level 70 now, Galbrenna. Cool. All right, let's see your weapon. Guardian pistols. I know they're not the best, but how about Linnea's weapon? I mean, I could probably try and get you up as well, Lene. Just to beef up our stream, you know? Or beef up our squad. I don't know why I said stream. I don't know. Man, guys, I'm tired today. I literally cannot talk. So.
Huh? I heard something.
Okay. Uh-oh. Luckily, it's a level 70 Hyvatia, so it's not too bad.
Behave now.
I'm just getting. One more. Special delivery. Go, go.
You can't escape me. Wings are on. Let's settle this just a scratch. No time to lick your wounds. Behave now.
I call the shot.
The hour is upon us.
Oh, we got him. Nice.
Hopefully this helps.
Pick it up. Go over here. That's all you got. Need a ride, sweetheart? Mind if I tie a bow and call that my signature?
Speak of the dead. I might trigger. Enter Hell's Gate. Behave now.
Drive safe. Marked.
Got him. We got Hyvatia. Okay, nice, nice.
Got a
Nice, and we can ascend Lene. Nice.
bright big place to call my own. Friends
Level
to
to 80.
allies to fight beside. Everything I've ever wanted
5.
is right here. So, even when the training is over, this doesn't just end, right? Keep teaching me. Trust me with more. This peace, this beautiful life. I'm going to fight like hell to protect it.
Okay, let's brief you up to level 80. Lene. Okay, dope. Okay, we have 2 level 80s. Galbrenna, you're still level 70, but we could probably get you up.
Who gets the bullet? That's your call.
Okay. Okay. Got a pretty good squad. Okay. Now that I leveled you up, you can also... Ooh, okay. We can level up too. Crit rate increased. Upload supplement. Sure, why not? Yeah, I do need to level up Lene a lot now. Okay. Go, Brennan needs work.
Who gets the bullet? That's your call.
What's this? Creating basic stage 4. Okay. Recovery 10 points of stamina. Okay. That sounds pretty good. Okay, let's go help level up Galbrenna again. That's all we're doing today, is we're just kind of leveling up these characters. I don't think we're going to jump into any story.
Huh? I heard something. That's all you got? Hey, where's the fire?
Got him.
Got a long bucket list. Good thing I've got time to check every box. Huh? I heard something. One more. Marked. Next stop, the horizon. Tie a bow and call that my signature. New look.
Ooh, okay.
Got a long bucket list.
Who gets the bullet? That's your call.
Nice, we made it. There's enough. Let's activate. Casting basic attack stage 4, basic attack. Nice. Damage increase. Let's see mine. I could level up my attacks. Could level this up a lot more. Yeah. Nice. Should we try the new character? I feel like we should, you know? Let's go to events. Proceed to trial. Let's see how good she is. Should we pull for her? I kind of want to save up. Just because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. Enhanced heavy attack grants various effects, traction, and stagnation. Okay.
The rooms will be our guide. Rune name, illuminate.
Okay, whoa.
Greet my friends. Be my trainer.
I like how fast she is. She's like really good at mobility.
Leave it to me. In war with time.
What sleeps within your life is mine to take.
Greet my friends.
Yeah, I think she's pretty good. Does she have throwing knives? Is that her weapon? Ooh, that's kind of cool.
There you are.
Yeah, I actually may pull her. That actually is kind of funny. Do I have enough to get her though? I don't know. She seems really fun. How many days? 21 days. Okay. Convene. Ooh, 1 day left. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, it's Lene, Zanny, and Phoebe for the next one. So I think it's worth to get her, but how many can I get? So if I get 7 here, it was nice I can get 7 weapons too. Oh man. Can you only get 7? I have 14, so that's 20. I need 60 more. So I have to like grind out to get her. And then her weapon too. Well, if I grind out a story mission, I could probably get it. Wait, go back, go back. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do some missions and then we'll get more of these. Yeah, 100. Let's do it. Track. Ends in a day. That's crazy.
Right here in Raval College. Students interested in pursuing advanced studies with them don't miss this chance.
Mivora. She's been staying here to recover. How are you recovering from your injuries, Mivora?
Oh, it's you, Rover. Yes, I'm feeling much better. Dr. Herzen took very good care of me. I just did what he said and rested for a few days here, and I barely feel any pain now. Are you here to visit him?
Yes, we have something to discuss. Is he here?
He's in the counseling room next door. My friend Sagrika is in there. It might take a while, huh?
Thanks. Take care of yourself.
Oh, this is the girl that we saw. That's so funny.
I think you can have more faith in yourself, Sigrika.
Sigrika, that's her name.
Faith in myself.
You see, people can be more perceptive than you might realize, including those you care about. So try not to take everything to heart. Good or bad, true or false, these things have a way of coming to light. And as your friend Denia said, sometimes a little distraction is good for your health.
Yeah. I'll give it a try.
You're welcome. Again. I take it you're the type who'd suddenly bolt up in bed at night, wide awake, worrying about an exam? That'd probably go on for a whole week.
You know what's crazy? I had a dream one time where I was like, I for some reason forgot to go to a class I signed up for. And this is in high school. Like I missed, no, this is college, freshman year of college. I thought I completely forgot I signed up for a class, did not take anything. I just skipped the assignments because it was like, I think it was online or something. So I didn't have to do the assignments immediately. I had to just remember to submit everything by the end because it was a remote class. And I didn't do it. And the class was over and I was failing. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to flunk out of the school because I didn't submit any assignments. And then I wake up and realize I've graduated from college 3 years ago. And I'm like, why am I panicking? Why? Why do I do this to myself?
Huh? Is it really that obvious?
Only my conjecture.
So I totally get her because I've been there.
Would you like some candy? Sweets help keep a smile.
I like Luke, by the way. He seems really chill.
And is it okay for me to come back some other time, Dr. Harrison?
I thought he was evil, but he's really
Of
chill.
course. Feel free to visit my office anytime, Sigrika.
So, about that exostrider plan you mentioned. Let's get into it.
All in good time. Let's start with something lighter first.
Something lighter?
Any topic at all. Let's slow the tempo a little. You're too eager. Your emotions are clouding your judgment. You must feel it too. Here, a piece of candy. It'll help take the edge off and lighten the mood.
Candy.
No. Thanks.
I understand your anxiety over Imith's situation. You've always held her dear, but it's taken more out of you than you realize.
Oh yeah, Imeth is stuck in another dimension.
So Strider hasn't awakened yet. The key is to pace ourselves. Slow and steady, right?
Dude, the whole Imeth story was crazy.
Let's table the exostrider for now. Let's talk about you, Luke. I trust Imeth. What we experienced together proved she was telling me the truth. And there's a connection there I can't ignore. But you and me, we might be strangers in passing who became confidants, as you put it. But it feels like every conversation we've had just skims the surface. I prefer to know who I'm working with before jumping into something as big as opening the Strider Gate. It'll affect the entire Lahairoi region.
Point taken. It seems a proper introduction is long overdue. Please, ask me anything. I'll answer as candidly as I can.
Are you a consultant from the Black Shores?
That I am not. Work that leaves documented trails doesn't suit my style. But I am acquainted with quite a few bloom bearers.
Imeth said she didn't know you well, but that I could trust you. You also know about the bond between me and her. How?
Imeth is a sharp girl. Even though you never introduced me to her, she could read between the lines of your actions.
Ooh.
She's a lot like you. Smart, driven, good at bearing burdens. But she's proven to be even more stubborn than you are. After you left Lahairoi, she came to see me a few times in the name of counseling. To learn about you.
You didn't tell her anything.
I didn't. You had other tasks for me here in Lahairoi. You didn't let us properly get to know each other because you wanted to shield her from my line of work. She later stopped these visits after realizing that. Still, I really hoped she would have opened up to me more. You both tend to keep things to yourselves, and that's never good for anyone.
One last question. What did you mean? I had other tasks for you.
That is a key topic, but not suitable for discussion here. The Space Trek Collective is backed by a number of different nations and powers. Their internal politics...
Yeah, there's a lot of politics going on.
There are many watching eyes among the support staff. The infirmary is, after all, a public space. Why don't we take this somewhere more private?
To where?
I have a place in mind. Just come with me, Golden Boy.
Okay, we're gonna get some more answers then.
More personal business to attend to again, Dr. Herson?
Shh. Just a quick break, Nana. Mind holding down the fort? The next shift will be here soon.
Take care, Doctor. Do try to return in one piece.
Don't worry. I have him with me today.
Interesting. Okay, who's trying to follow us? Who's trailing us?
Sundermere.
Yes. I keep a small workspace of my own here.
Oh no.
Huh? I heard something.
Leave them to me.
Hold on, pause guys, pause. There we go. I think I had too many tabs open, that's why. Okay, Luke Herson. I mean, I was thinking about getting him, and then I'm like, he's all right.
Split form. Ash takes form. I am the vessel.
There we go.
The Exostrider's sword emits a unique frequency. It shields my workspace from most long-range detection methods.
Ooh, okay.
You picked a good spot. Quite a stash.
This is what a secret room is about. Now, where were we? Let's start with the conclusion before we get into all the details. You asked me to come to Lahai Roy to watch for any Fraxidus activity. Warren was the first Fraxidus mole you uncovered, and he certainly won't be the last.
Okay.
The Space Trek Collective is a web of competing powers. It's as much a haven for independence as a playground for agendas. An isolated polar region, rich with exoswarm and the potential for technological breakthrough. Lahai Roy is a gold mine, even for the Fraxidus.
You're saying the fall of Helios wasn't their real goal?
It was one of several. After your journey in Huanglong and Rinasida, I'm sure you've come to realize their true aim.
Oh, okay.
The Thenodian. Aleph 1.
Correct. Given the Thenodian's unique nature, it's sure to catch their attention. Moreover, Aleph 1 is closely linked to the Strider Gate, which may be our ticket to outer space.
Yeah, LF1.
Fraxidus is risky. Why would I have chosen you for this task?
Well, that is a bit of a long story. You've always preferred to see things for yourself. Please, follow me to that table.
Ooh. Some kind of liquid inside. Identical to blood flows through his hand. Oh. This is a sample of his blood.
The golden serum, developed by the Naviale group. I prefer its other name.
Ichor, a special pharmaceutical substance developed for extremely rare diseases. However, its severe side effects make it intolerable for most, keeping it ongoing research and validation. Ooh.
My father started it as a medication for rare diseases. As research progressed, it came to represent something far more ambitious. The drug of evolution.
Evolution? Sounds like something the Fraxidus would like.
Well, on paper it worked. I became its resonator, so it would be unfair to say it was entirely useless. But I was a rare case who survived. All it cost me was excruciating pain and my color vision. Most test subjects like me didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
I met you that I realized there was more to the story. The rest is in my study, shall we?
A picture of Charles Starling rendered in simple, earnest lines. A father, an older and younger brother. One big, happy smile. Always happy. So he had a younger brother. Oh no.
My brother Ryan, not related by blood. Father took us both in after his own children passed away from a rare illness long ago.
Oh, okay.
I never could handle pain, but he was easy to cheer up. Whenever the grown-ups would give me candy, I'd save it all for him.
So, that's why he always has candy with him.
For a while, I tried to be the perfect son Father wanted. It never worked. So eventually I stopped trying. It only got worse from there. What Father tried to do to Ryan was unforgivable. And then came that accident.
Uh-oh.
My father
Uh-oh.
was a rather mundane story. A cliche. Someone trying to atone for past guilt, only to cause greater harm. Until your hints made me suspect it was someone's staged finale. So I had my father's grave exhumed. It was empty.
Oh, okay. Burnt page, salvaged from a fire. It's a report.
The entire Lola logistics carrier was already blown to smithereens by the time I recovered this page. Managed a quick glimpse before the fire consumed most of the page.
A Fraxidus Overseer's report on its way.
Yes. The recipient is Eris.
Heirs of the new Federation.
Those 3 items you just showed me. Did the Fraxidus get into Noviali's work after learning about the Icar's potential for evolution?
They didn't just get into our work. They went a step further. Replacement. Have you ever met the Fraxidus?
The 1,000
Grand Architect.
We met near the Styx Lake deep within the Dark Tide.
Oh, yes.
Wait. Does this mean your father was...
Yes. My father was just another face the Grand Architect borrowed. Though looking back now, I can't recall the moment the real him was taken. I think the Grand Architect sees life and death as a game. I wouldn't be surprised if Father was even smiling in his coffin as we buried him in that downpour. So, that's your answer. Why did you choose me? Because I have a very personal reason to go after the Fraxidus. Hatred.
Nah, that's crazy.
Even now?
Now, it has become something of a habit. Continue this train of investigation and you'll see for yourself what they are. But before you do, there's something I should share. My friends in the Black Shores told me you've already had a few run-ins with certain overseers. Is that right?
3. Cristoforo, Frolova, and Scar. Plus the Grand Architect you mentioned.
Ah, those names do ring a bell. Frolova is codenamed Hecate. Cristoforo? Arachnos. Intriguing, isn't it? The flair they have for their own branding, but it's a telling detail. The codename can reveal its owner's style, personal tastes, and even ambition. Think about it. A powerful resonator who causes chaos at random leaves no trail to follow. But give them a preference, a pattern. We can start to build a profile from the pieces. I've been compiling reports on the Overseers for years. Allow me to share what I've learned so far. I've reactivated your access. You'll find the door controls right over there.
Oh? Whoa.
The Fraxidus is loosely organized. Most of its members have only undergone basic, artificially...
Oh, so that's the modifications. It's all coming together.
...difficult to neutralize. But if you encounter artificers with more creative modifications, you're likely looking at the handiwork of Hydra.
Hydra.
Hydra is their leading mind on human evolution and body modifications. Whoever they are, they often work in tandem with Siren. In other words, if you spot one, be on guard in case the other is lurking close by. Zashiki Warashi won't require much of your attention. This overseer primarily operates in Ashinohara, a region that's been largely destroyed by the lament.
Ashinohara. I've heard of it somewhere before.
The girl we had in the infirmary for a while. Chisa, I remember. The city that trapped her, Onami, is part of Ashinohara.
Oh, okay.
Now, on to two key pieces of the puzzle. I did say the Fraxidus was a loose organization, but even the most scattered cells still need funding to function. Remember that report from earlier? It's only a matter of time before you go to the new Federation. And based on the intel I've gathered, that's their most critical base of operations. And where you'll find Eris.
How critical? Do they operate in the open?
Not exactly. But in a place where money talks, they must have members in the highest echelons of government and business. Key members. Their foothold in the new Federation has given them immense leverage. With that endless stream of wealth, the Fraxidus operates with impunity across the planet. Speaking of which, Star Torch Academy is also heavily funded by the new Federation. To be blunt, they're the Space Trek Collective's single largest donor.
Eris, huh? Duly noted. I'm assuming the other key piece is the Grand Architect?
The Fraxidus Grand Architect. Their true name is unknown. They only appear through borrowed identities. Real people, legendary beings, and even the phantoms of the dead from others. I did brush shoulders with them once. It was a shame. I had no idea at the time, and missed my shot. This pen was the only thing I brought back from that great fire. I have yet to decipher the lettering, but it shows one thing for sure. The Grand Architect has been around for a very, very long time. It's a pity you called me to the High Roy. Otherwise, I would have continued following that trail. But you always have a good reason, right?
You uncovered all this by yourself.
More or less. I did have some help along the way.
To get your hands on one of the Grand Architect's personal items, you did more than just follow a trail. You infiltrated them.
Playing along with them isn't that difficult once you get the hang of it. Like I said, they are a loose organization.
Knowing the Fraxidus, stealing all that intel on the Overseers is risky, no matter how loose they are. Each infiltration will only be more dangerous than the last. Luke, how can a doctor who doesn't value his own life save anyone else's?
You know, this is the second time you've said those words to me.
That's crazy.
They got away again. If I hadn't been so cautious, I could have taken care of them this time. I should send today's findings to him. It's been 2 years. Suppose I'm due for a report. Good. You got the intel. Would have been a shame if I got myself killed. You want me to go to the High Roy?
There's evidence of their activity.
That's crazy.
I need you to keep an eye on things. And frankly, you need a break.
Now is not the right time.
You've already drawn enough attention. Do we really have to wait for you to get killed to decide? How can a doctor save anyone else's life if he doesn't? Trust me, that's only the warm-up. Listen to me on this.
Very well. So I've led a leisurely life in the High Roy ever since? No need to worry. I know my limits. Let's set aside the Fraxidus for now. We should discuss the Exostrider plan. But first, tell me what happened to you and Imeth in the Frostlands. See, Imeth, she... No wonder you're in such a state.
I understand her reasons. She was fighting for her dream, for the High Roy, in in the only way she knew how. And I respect that. The fate she chose for herself. But I won't accept it. There's more I haven't tried. I'm not done fighting for her.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Now, about the Exostrider. It started with Space Trek Collective finding a giant solid-skin root network in Bjarter Woods. They identified it as the lid, sealing the Strider Gate, so to speak. It keeps the Thernodians' fractured forms sealed on both sides of the Strider Gate. Break it, and these forms will reunite. That wouldn't just spell Lahai Roy's doomsday, but the entire world. But the Collective still yearned to open that gateway, to explore the unknown. So, they created the Synchronists. The idea was to use augmented resonance to amplify the Exostrider's power, hoping that would keep the Thernodians suppressed. But lately, the Thernodians' attacks on the seal have been increasing. I'm afraid the Fraxidus is also getting ready to make a move. With the reactor core returned, all you need now is a little patience. Wait for the Exostrider to awaken. Then we can You were a synchronist in the Academy once before. I'll speak with Lucilla about getting you piloting access.
Then I'll wait for your news, Luke.
Certainly. But our immediate priority should be the Fraxidus. I have a feeling they're planning to sabotage our plans for the Exostrider.
I like how Luke is a good guy. I appreciate that.
Rover said he'd like to check on the Exostrider in the Frostlands before he left. Well, could be a way to take his mind off things. Now then.
Dr. Herson.
Ooh.
Must you always assume the worst, Lucilla? Can't I just call to chat?
I find that highly unlikely, Doctor. Let's skip the preamble. What is it?
Rover.
Ah, so this is about Imeth. He was so tight-lipped with me about what happened in the Frostlands, yet he spoke to you.
Sitting on our hands won't fix anything, and he was willing to open up. If a friend runs into trouble. Besides, what I have to share today benefits the Academy. It could help us get ahead of a few potential issues.
Very well. Let's hear it then.
Lucia's so hot, by the way. I have to say that. Real quick. I'm still at 7, really?
Oh, Ethan. Hold on. I recall you coming by the infirmary with good news earlier. Is this the price you have to pay for that?
No, I will get that position at the instant.
Now you're just delirious. You can't run yourself like an...
Thank you.
Yeah, get in doctor's note, dude.
Let's see here.
Ah, just here to discuss.
Not bad. What do you say we...
Of course.
You work fast.
Taking things apart.
So, we can put it back.
Have a seat, Doctor. Shame. I thought he would come with you.
He's been here before, but things are different now. I prefer not to have him tangled in the collective's trivial matters.
Fair enough. But I'm not like those stubborn old goats you're used to dealing with. I don't chase after pride or rank. All I care about is Star Torch Academy. Now, go on. Give me the highlights, Dr. Herson. The Fraxidus. I understand. I'll keep a closer watch. As for piloting the Exostrider, if he's capable, that's fine by me. The Research Institute will see to the preparations. That said, we can't ignore the risks that come with opening the Strider Gate. I have someone in mind who could help. But first, let me have a quick word with her.
Oh, it's coming together.
Concerns every one of us at Lehigh Roy. I'll handle the board as you've asked. You focus on him and the matters here on campus.
Thank you for understanding, Lucilla. Our conversation went more smoothly than I expected. I thought you might think I had a hidden agenda. As a thank you, care for some candy?
I'll pass. I'm well aware of your candy outreach program across campus. I've had my fill of sweets over the years. As for what you said earlier, I've been here long enough to know exactly who you are. Thanks to your efforts in uncovering those moles, the Academy is safer, and we have far fewer headaches to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
What
That's
truly
good.
surprised us was your choice to stay all these years and become one of Lehigh Roy's steadfast guardians.
Oh, I'm just glad the president doesn't see me as some busybody.
You're the right kind of busybody. The kind we're happy to have.
A friend of mine sold me on this place. Went on and on about the beautiful snow and the bright, passionate students. Convinced me to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when I actually got here, nothing like the brochure he described. Turns out, 8 out of 10 staff members were planted here by different factions. Our students dream of reaching the stars, all while living in a gilded cage. Meanwhile, we have Roya dealing in exoswarm parts and colluding with new Federation smugglers. I know that these students aren't fools. They're the best minds from across the nations. If even I can see what's going on, how could they be blind to it? It's their ideals, their hope for the future that lets them endure the ugly realities of this place without becoming cynical. I only came to Lehigh Roy because a friend recommended it. But now...
Now you've grown to like it here, right?
Yes, same as you, Madam President.
That's awesome to hear, dude.
An urgent transmission from Nana. If you'll excuse me.
Dr. Herson, there was a break-in at the infirmary. Nevora's being kidnapped by the one we previously detained, Warren.
What is your status? Are you severely damaged?
No need to worry. Just
Understood. Prioritize damage control after this call. Notify. It'll take time for them to respond. I'll go after Warren.
received message from the Academy. They're heading towards the Sky Arc space station.
It's the Court of Savante space station he and I discovered before. I'm on my way. Warren has escaped. He's taken a student and is heading for one of the...
What do you plan to do?
I'm going after him. I'd like you to set up a perimeter there to...
You want me to secure a perimeter while you go in?
I have a hypothesis.
Very well. You.
All right, let's go rescue our student.
Navora. Why now?
Oh.
I know you've been here before. Take me to the data room. Now!
Oh, okay. I'll do anything you say.
They're heading deeper into the station. Is there someplace we haven't discovered yet? Right on skid. Game over. Imbalance at you. Time to incise. The bath's clear. The researchers, the Academy stationed here. The two with gunshot.
Uh-oh.
Their bleeding stopped. The bath's clear.
Oh, rip this guy.
Right on schedule. I am the vessel. I deliver merciful death. The bath's clear. Spatial anomalies. Did someone reactivate the Skyarc system?
I'll get out of Lahai, Roy. Out of this cursed place.
It appears Warren's taken Navora to the data room we visited earlier. The path is blocked. It's those error modules again. I should use the adapter. It's cleared. Gotta keep moving. Back. Almost there. Now, moment of truth.
We got it.
I brought the student, just like you asked. So, you... Where are you? Lahai Roy was just a minor setback. I'm still useful. I still have work.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Boss is gonna show up. Uh-oh.
Stop hiding! Say something! You! That doctor who's always watching.
You've reached a dead end, Warren. Don't you see that?
It's your dead end!
Skylark's data room. There must be a reason. Is that just impulse?
Warren, is he?
I think he's just knocked out.
He's only unconscious.
Yeah, there we go.
Everything's okay, Navora. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. It's just that he struck me in the back of the neck. It really hurts. I'm really scared.
It'll be okay.
It's okay. Don't force yourself to hold it in. After a shock like that, it's much better if you let it out. Keeping it bottled up is stressful in itself. Take your time. Tell me what happened when you're ready.
Okay. I'll try. I just need a moment.
Then rest here for now.
He was frantic. Grilled me non-stop about Skyark. And when he found out I'd been to the station before, he... Wait! Who's researcher?
One of them didn't make it.
I see. As for what else happened,
That's all right. I've already formed a rough theory about his motives now.
is that so? Then, Dr. Herson, care to share your theory?
Oh. Navora, why? Damn.
Oh, Doctor. How mean. Is that any way to treat a student?
I'm afraid identity theft is not in the curriculum. Isn't that right, Grand Architect of the Fraxidus?
What?
Since you insist on playing the student, I'll offer a lesson. It takes two to play a game.
Yo.
Played me for a fool, didn't you? I was going to kill you for a little one-on-one time with Rover. Shame.
Regrettable that you evaded what was meant for you.
But it's okay. Uncle Warren's dead. Nice and clean.
Being caught out in the open, and still he thought he could just vanish from the highway and get away with this fiasco. The naivety is remarkable.
Anyway, I got back what I wanted too, so I'm a happy girl.
On my way here, I kept wondering why you acted so quickly. Didn't fit your usual style of staying in character until the very end, just as I thought. You were after this pen.
Ah, yes, my precious. I couldn't find it anywhere, so it was you who took it from me. This is the first time someone's taken something from me. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. When did you begin to suspect?
If you must know, my suspicions began to deepen during our last visit to the space station, when you feigned that injury. Your acting had been flawless, Grand Architect, but even you cannot mimic what you don't understand. Death itself. To an immortal like you, no matter how many times you die, it's just another lost identity. And I happen to have seen you die before.
Oh? Is this why you've had your eye on me all this time? Let me think. Whoops. Can't seem to remember. My real favorite things are the ones that are really old and far, far away. But you're something special, Dr. Herson. You're the first person in forever to ever come this close. Without you, the game in the High Roy would be so boring. So, you get prizes.
Ooh.
And I promise, it's right up your alley. Now, for the first one. At the upcoming new solar celebration, among all the lovely students, stands a member of the Fraxidus.
Okay, we're getting something.
I'm so looking forward to that child's performance.
Telling us this doesn't do your spy any good.
But that's what makes it fun! It's a cat and mouse game. The mouse needs to know the cat is coming, or how else will it run fast enough on its little wheel?
Interesting. I wonder who it's gonna be.
To win, you just have to be the hunter. And if you do end up catching that child, it just proves they were useless anyway.
That was only the first. What's the next one?
The next prize is right here in this data room. You're so smart, Dr. Herson. I bet you've already figured it out, no? I had so much fun on this little trip to the Sky Arc. So, how did you feel seeing the etheric sea? Oh, home sweet home. Your faraway home. The one you can never, ever go back to.
Yeah, that's sad.
Leaving you there wasn't all for nothing. The look on your face was the sweetest treat. Let's be sure to have more fun like this in the future. Until next time, you two. I wish you a pleasant past, present, and future.
Why did you stop me? You think we couldn't have stopped her here?
Yes. My goal was to gather intelligence, not apprehend the Fraxidus' grand architect. When we dug up my father's empty grave, I realized that it is no simple feat to find an immortal who leaves no trail. The grand architect may appear to act on a whim, but in my observation, that playfulness is just another layer of disguise. There's a purpose behind it.
Interesting.
When Nana called earlier, something felt off. Warren is a researcher himself. Why would he need to take a student hostage to investigate a debris field? Even if he did, breaking into the infirmary and letting Nana send a distress call was a sloppy strategy. Of course I'd be the first person she contacted.
Interesting theory, Luke.
I did hear Navora say you've had her in the infirmary all this time. You were keeping an eye on her then.
I was waiting for her to show her hand. Until then, it was all speculation. I needed to see her end the act to be sure. Immortal, 1,000 faces. We've managed to gather quite a bit of intel on the Grand Architect. If I'm not mistaken, there should be something more important hidden in this room. Otherwise, she wouldn't have called it a prize.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm fading. I'm 2 hours in, so we're gonna end Wuwa today. We're gonna resume it another time. So let me save my progress. I'm exiting. Thank you everyone for watching. This was a quick stream to game. But yeah, it was fun. We started playing. Luke is the GOAT, and yeah, we're not gonna resume getting anyone because I'm broke. But maybe next poll we'll save up. We'll save up for it. Okay. All right. Later.